Hope you all are doing so very well. Welcome back to another pick a card reading, or hello if you're here for the first time. How are you? So today's reading is what do their friends think, feel about or towards you? Okay, like whatever, or how they view you, whatever information we can get, really. Okay, so how do their friends think about you? We have 3 groups for you to choose from. We have group 1, group 2, and group 3. If you want to pause the video to choose whichever group is calling out to you, feel free to do so, but I shall see you in your reading. Hey there, beautiful people who chose the first group and this set of crystals. I would tell you them if I could remember them. But this group is for you if you chose the first group, okay? So the person on your mind, what do their friends think or feel, view you, okay? So the first card we have is the 4 of Pentacles reversed, 7 of Cups upright, 6 of Wands upright, and the 2 of Pentacles. Okay, so we're starting off on a good foot. I like it. Okay, let's see. So what do their friends think or feel about you? Okay. So your person, their friends, what do they think about you? So for some of you, they may feel that you don't get jealous, or that you don't get jealous often, or you at least hide it. For some of you, they can maybe view you or feel like you're maybe unstable. This could be in regards to your passion, or, you know, things that you are passionate about. This could be that you just get very excited sometimes, you know, or impulsive. It's funny because for some of you on the surface, they would probably say like you aren't controlling, but low-key they could feel that you are, but maybe not so much, not like very controlling, but they think you maybe try to hide it. They could also view you as someone who maybe has your head in the clouds. Definitely quirky. For some of you, they could maybe view you as someone who has a few screws loose, but I would say in an endearing kind of way, as opposed to in a like you're, you know, but yeah, they definitely feel like you're very quirky. For some of you, they can maybe view you as someone who has commitment issues, or, you know, you have this air about you where you maybe don't want to settle down. Like, and this doesn't necessarily need to be with a person. This could be maybe in terms of a place, your career. Maybe you're always, you know, changing, or you're always developing, or you're always, you know, growing. And so, yeah. Maybe they view you as someone who maybe craves change, whether this be in regards to changing your appearance, you know, changing your hobbies, you know, whatever that may be. They could view you also as maybe spontaneous. For some of you, I'm hearing like they could feel like you like to spend that money, but they could also feel like you're quite generous too. For some of you, they can maybe find you a little bit confusing. For some of you, this is in regards to your pace. Maybe your pace in regards to opening up, perhaps. They could feel like you like to daydream as well. They could feel like you maybe have a great imagination too. Maybe for some of you, you're quite artistic and creative, and maybe they see this maybe through your appearance, maybe you know, through how you carry yourself, or maybe for what you do for work. But they could feel like you're quite creative as well. I'm hearing like maybe good with your hands. But yeah, they feel like you're someone who's quite kind. For some of you, I'm hearing sparkly. I don't know what that means, but they could maybe view you as sparkly. I don't know if that's like, if you, like in regards to your appearance, like maybe you wear like a little sparkly stuff, or your makeup sparkly, or maybe you dress quite vibrant, colorful. But but yeah, maybe your hair, your nails, I don't know. But they feel like something about you is quite sparkly. Maybe oh, I don't know. I was gonna say maybe you kind of give off like a new car smell. Maybe for some of you, you smell really nice. But I didn't mean to say like any of you are like a car or anything like that. But maybe there's something about you that's quite sparkly and new and fresh. Maybe you give off quite a fresh kind of energy. Maybe for some of you, in regards to your perspective, you could have like quite a fresh perspective or the way you view the world in some way. But something about you sparkly, new, shiny. Yeah. For some of you though, they could maybe feel like you give mixed messages, um, maybe mixed signals in some way. Like maybe there's just something about you that's very like night and day, or actually not even night and day, that doesn't even feel right to say. But maybe there's something about you that's quite, you know, maybe you move through different, you know, I don't want to say personalities, but move through different energies and situations that suit you, or you change your energy in terms of situations that suit you. So for some of you, maybe because of this, they could feel like you give mixed signals. um but yeah, they could maybe view you as shy, maybe as someone who's curious, or they're just curious about you. I don't even know what this word means 100%, but they could also view you as pensive. I'm gonna actually look that up after this reading, but it's just coming to my head. So for some of you, they could view you as pensive. I don't know what that means, but if it's offensive, then I take it back. So for some of you, they can maybe feel like you seek the spotlight, maybe for work, maybe that's a part of your job, or your, what's that word? Wait one second. Maybe they could view you as quite determined, maybe in regards to your work, your career, or in regards to, getting to some sort of level of success. But at the same time, they could also view you as someone who's extremely humble in a way. Um, but at the same time, you get a lot of attention. They could feel like you have a lot on your plate at the moment, or that there's just simply a lot you aspire to be or become. For some of you, like maybe some of their friends maybe view you as untouchable in a way. Maybe like loyal, but in some way untouchable. For some of you, they can maybe view you as being dishonest, maybe dishonest about moving on. They feel like you are successful, or you're definitely en route to being successful. For some of you, they can maybe also view you as quite strict in regards to what's right or maybe what's wrong. They feel like you're someone who's very sought after, though. Like they could feel like you have a lot of admirers too. Uh, but yeah, they feel like you're just well liked by people. For some of you, they could feel like you've come a very long way, maybe in regards to your career. They feel like you will be successful. For some of you, they feel like you are already a great role model. This could be maybe in regards to how you handle or deal with conflict, maybe disagreements. This may not resonate for everyone, but for some of you, they can maybe view you as someone who is letting go of their friend, your person, and kind of focusing on yourself. But they do maybe view you as perhaps juggling a lot. Like they think you're someone who has so much potential, like whatever you decide to do, whatever avenue you decide to go, they feel like you would eventually work your way to the top, whatever you decide to do, whether that be in regards to work or just hobbies, or just growing in some personal way to you. Yeah, so they could also view you as someone who's quite responsible, but this feels like a different kind of responsible. It feels like it's like for some, it's like you maybe people wouldn't typically view you as responsible for whatever reason. But really deep down you are quite responsible, but it could just be um, like, I don't know, how you go about it could be quite different and quite unique than to maybe, the majority of similar situations, if that makes sense. So for some of you, they could maybe view you as someone who has a unique approach, maybe to people or to situations. But yeah, they feel like there's this nice sense of duality about you. And for some of you, they could feel like you're good with money or good with managing money. So how do they view you? Okay, so we have email, be mindful of the messages you send. And we also have school, examine your beliefs about being tested. So for some of you, their friends can maybe view you as someone who maybe tests people. For others of you, they maybe feel like you do maybe send mixed messages, or perhaps just the way you communicate. I don't know, is maybe not as developed as other people, perhaps for some of you. So we have here, easy does it. Your health, happiness, and abundance require a gentle approach to life and work. Okay, interesting. And we also have here, answered prayers. All your great work has opened the door for divine solutions and support. All of your great work has opened the door for divine solutions and support. Nice. Right above the Six of Wands as well. So for some of you, they can maybe view you as someone who receives a lot of support. This could be universal support, or for others of you, if you have, a great support system around you, they could feel like, they could maybe view you as having that. But for others of you, they could just view you as someone who's quite blessed, or that you've worked really hard to get to where you're at. And for some of you, I feel like it's not even the end of your journey, but they do view you as having come such a long way, and going even further in whatever direction you decide to take. 1 second. So for some of you, they could feel like you need to take a gentler approach. This could be in regards to something you are aware of, maybe towards their friend, your person, maybe in regards to work, your health even. And we also have here self-creation, be the author of your own life. Nice. And we also have here return to joy. We are here to experience joy. That is very true. Okay. See, this person feels like you have a lot of input in regards to your life, maybe in regards to what you decide to do, where you decide to invest your interests, stuff like that. So for some of you, they really do view you as co-creators of your life. They feel like maybe you have an idea and, there's some sort of universal support that kind of guides you and aids you. So for some of you, they feel like maybe the way you live your life is quite special, or there's something about you that's quite special. But for others of you, they also feel like you're kind of finding your happy again, and they feel like you're someone who's quite joyful. Maybe you have quite a joyful spirit, but they do feel like you're trying to find that happy again. But yeah, that is all I am getting for you, group one. I hope this reading could resonate or make sense for you or be enjoyable in some way. I don't know. But that is all I have for you, okay? So take care of yourselves and I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. All right? Bye. Hey there, noodles. I hope you all are doing so good. If you chose the second group, this group of crystals, then this reading is for you. So The person on your mind, what do their friends think or feel or view you? Okay, so we have here the devil reversed, nice. Six of Swords reversed, Queen of Swords upright, and we also have the Page of Wands upright. Two. So they could view you as like healthy, fit, maybe having made some adjustments to your routine in some way, in a way that kind of better or improves your life. So yeah, they could feel like you're healthy, you could feel like you're quite fit. For some of you, they could maybe feel like you've healed certain addictions that you may have had, or some unhealthy habit, or maybe some toxic people. Like they feel like you've kind of cleansed either your body or your life or your environment in some way where you're maybe more focused on making healthy attachments or just releasing things that are not in alignment with you. For some of you, they can maybe view you as controlling, but maybe learning to let it go at the same time. So maybe more of a past energy. They could have viewed you as controlling, but you're making adjustments or something like that. But they do view you as maybe breaking free from a controlling situation, person, environment, or maybe own habit. Um, but they definitely feel like you are liberating yourself in some way. They could also view you as maybe letting go of a missed chance or a missed opportunity. Maybe you were holding on to something in the past, but they see you kind of letting it go now. They do view you as someone who's quite alluring, very calm and composed. For some of you, they view you as the one that got away. Okay, I don't know what that, yeah. The one that got away, maybe from the person in question, their friend, your person. Maybe one of their friends view you as someone who got away from them, even, I don't know. But they could view you as someone who got away. Maybe it's nothing to do with that, and maybe it's more specific to something that you are aware of. But yeah, they view you as someone who's healing and trying to recover. Um, for some of you, they could maybe feel like you're giving their friend, your person on your mind, a second chance. Like they feel like your finances could be changing. They could feel like your finances are, growing, or you're accumulating more wealth for yourself. Um, but yeah, they kind of see you as transitioning right now. They see you as maybe purging as well. They view you as someone who is quite direct, very intelligent, very wise as well. Someone who has a lot of hidden depths. It's like they could view you as someone who maybe doesn't say much, but they know that you're incredibly smart. It's like, say for example, people were like having a discussion, and um it's like you may not even be too bothered about the discussion, or you don't really communicate out loud about it, but it's like people would be so curious just to hear your point of view or hear your perspective on it. So yeah, for some of you, they could feel like you have a lot of hidden depths to you. They could like view you as maybe going through a reset right now, or restarting in your life. They could feel like you're guarded, maybe harsh at times. Like they could feel like you're quite cool and rigid. Um, for some of you, maybe slightly cold. Like definitely intimidating though. For some of you, their friends definitely view you as intimidating. They could feel like you have a beautiful voice, or the way you kind of word sentences is just very like poetic. For some of you, like for some of you, maybe that's why they feel like you have a lot of hidden depths. Maybe it's like when you do say something, it's just so profound. So yeah, for some of you, yeah, they feel like you have a beautiful voice or um, good with words. They view you as having integrity. They view you as being quite strong as well. Maybe having phenomenal willpower as well. They could feel like you have a dark sense of humor or maybe just a really cool sense of humor. Like I'm getting the energy of like chill. It's like they feel like you're like a part of the gang almost. You know, it doesn't feel like there's it's like it doesn't feel like it's their friend and someone else. It feels like you could almost be like gang or family, you know. That's what it feels like. It feels like this person's quite chill, you know. I wouldn't mind hanging out with them. Like I don't mind having them around kind of energy. They could view you as maybe hiding your true self in some way. They could feel like you're quite quiet, but at the same time quite direct or straightforward. They could perceive you as quite logical, maybe analytical as well. It's like you think things through. It's like sometimes they could almost see your brain working, you know? But there's also this innocence to you. Um, or maybe just, you know, some of their friends find you quite innocent and some of their friends maybe find you more intimidating um, and direct, you know, while others may, yeah. Anyways, but yeah, they could also feel like there's this innocence to you. They feel like you're quite brave, courageous, maybe a little risque at times, maybe a bit daring. For some of you, they could feel like you're quite flirty, perhaps naturally flirt. Oh my god, I can't even speak. Maybe naturally flirty or maybe unintentionally. Unintentionally. Like maybe it's quite natural for you to be quite flirty. Maybe it's just a part of your personality. Who knows? You know. Um, Not in a bad way, by the way. I just feel like I had to throw that out there. For some of you, they can maybe feel like you're hard to get to know. Um, like they feel like you're very much in control of yourself. They could view you as someone who's making smart moves. Like this could be in your life in general or something more specific that you're aware of, but they do feel like you're making the right decision or they do feel like you are making the smartest decision for yourself or you're just someone who makes smart moves in general because they do view you as someone who's quite intelligent, quite wise. Like with the Queen of Swords, I always say this, but it's she's someone that's been around the way. You know, she's someone who's learned a lot of life lessons. So they could maybe view you as that way, and maybe think your wisdom comes from your life lessons. But at the same time, they view you as someone who's quite carefree, like quite chill, quite down to earth, maybe go with the flow. Um, Maybe quite open minded and, you know, down for whatever kind of energy. Like, you know, I don't mind trying it at least once, you know. But yeah, let's see what else we got. So, how do their friends view you, think about you, feel about you? Let's see. So, we have here car, get into the driver's seat of your life. And we also have here bridge. It says here, stay strong and remain connected to what is important to you. Stay strong and remain connected. For some of you, they feel like you're trying really hard to stay connected to what's important to you, maybe trying really hard to stay grounded. Um, they feel like you are someone who is very much in control of your life, very much in control of your destiny and your choices. You know, you could be quite firm and have quite strong boundaries. Um, you know, 1 second. Like they view you as someone who is just maybe not naive, you know? Not to say that you don't take risks or you don't, you know, whatever, but in general sense. Yeah, what else are we doing? So how do they view you, feel about you, think about you? So we have here balancing masculine and feminine energies. Nice. Allow your feminine side to creatively inspire you and allow your masculine side to give you confidence. And this here card says spiritual path. Your true beliefs are becoming clearer to you, which prompts you to make necessary life changes. So yeah, they could feel like you're quite spiritual. They feel like you are someone who will or is making the necessary changes in your life to align to wherever you need to be, or someone who doesn't hesitate to make necessary life changes in order to improve or grow, or yeah, excel in some way. They could feel like they could also feel like you have a beautiful balance between masculine and feminine energies. Um, yeah. So we have here union of love, embrace the beloved within your heart. And we also have here drunk with love. Okay. For some of you, they could view you as someone who's quite loving or you have a lot of love to give, whether or not you show that on the surface, but they do view you as someone who has a lot of love to give. They feel like you are someone who would make a great partner, if I'm being honest. Maybe a great partner for their friend, the person you came here, in regards to. But, whoever you end up with, they feel like you would make them a happy man, a happy woman. So for some of you, they could feel like you're quite addictive or your presence is quite intoxicating. Um, but yeah. But yeah, I feel like overall they just kind of view you as someone who has, great energy, good person. But yeah, that's all I have for you though, group two. I hope this could resonate or make sense in some way. But I'm wishing you all the best on your journeys, all right? So take care of yourselves. Bye. Hi, if you chose this here group of crystals, then this reading is for you. Hope you all are doing so good. So, they're friends. How do they feel about you? How do they think about you? How do they perceive you? Let's see what comes out, all right? Oh, so, okay, interesting. Okay, okay. So we have Six of Swords reversed, Emperor reversed, Nine of Cups upright, and the Hierophant reversed. Interesting energy this here. Okay, so for some of you, this person's friends could maybe view you as maybe slightly unstable or aggressive. But I do really get the sense that they feel like maybe you prefer peace, but maybe you're just easily annoyed or you just prefer if people don't push your buttons. Um, but I'm hearing for some of you, this could be like secondhand information as opposed to something they know for sure or they've seen firsthand. For some of you, they could maybe perceive you as slightly arrogant. I feel maybe the way you carry yourself, but I feel like this, again, this could be like misinterpreted. It could be that you're just sure of yourself, you know, um, but they view you as confident nonetheless. They could feel like you're maybe slightly impatient, maybe easily frustrated, or when you're frustrated, you know about it. People know about it. So for some of you, maybe they feel like you have a little bit of a temper at time to time, from time to time. They could also feel like you're quite outgoing. They could feel like you're hard-headed in some way. Maybe, you don't back down or you don't give up easily. They feel like you're someone who's not very materialistic, even if you are someone who is materially blessed, or enjoy the material pleasures of life. They just feel like you're not very materialistic, regardless of what that status is for you. For some of you, this may not resonate for everyone. So for some of you specifically, they feel like you don't rub your wealth, or you don't rub your good fortune in other people's faces. So for a lot of you, they view you as quite humble in that regard, or maybe humble in general. They could also, for some of you, maybe view you as, I don't know if loner or lone wolf be the right word. Like, not to say that you don't have friends or you're not social, but maybe the way you move through life is quite focused. I'm just kind of doing what I need to do. So for some of you, they could feel like you're quite focused, or a bit of a loner or lone wolf in some way. For some of you, their friends maybe don't know a lot about you, or it's like they can't really say for certain, maybe because they don't know you all that well. But they feel like you are someone who's quite unique, very quirky. They feel like maybe you're speaking up more, or you're showing more of your true self to the world, or to them, to their friend, your person. They can maybe feel like you're quite abrasive at times, perhaps in terms of your work ethic. Maybe sometimes you're just very focused. But they do view you as moving forward in your life. For some of you, this is in regards to moving forward in regards to what's fair, or in terms of finding balance for yourself. For some of you, though, they could maybe feel like you're finding it hard to move on. Perhaps move on from the truth of your feelings, move on from finding out, moving on from finding out about the truth, maybe. Finding out about the truth. Finding it hard to. Okay, that makes sense to me. Maybe, hopefully, it makes sense anyway. So they do feel like you are someone who's quite self-content and maybe quite fulfilled. One second. They feel like you could maybe enjoy your own company, but also enjoy the company of others just as much. They feel like you're quite well off, or you're just very blessed. They view you as someone who's quite carefree. They view you as someone who's quite carefree, maybe very optimistic, but relaxed for the most part, to be honest. They could maybe feel like you're a wee bit sarcastic, but they do view you as someone who's quite emotionally secure, or quite emotionally controlled. For some of you, they maybe don't feel like you show your emotions easily. But depth of your emotions, though. Like, what's real of your emotions, maybe. I don't know. But they do feel like you're quite secure nonetheless. They feel like you're someone who's very adaptable, quite determined. They feel like you are someone who has come out on top in some way, like you've won in some way, like they view you as a winner. Like, this could be in general, or in regards to a situation that's more specific to you. But they do view you as someone who's very kind, happy, compassionate, maybe very empathetic as well, or just very caring. They could also view you as someone who's quite knowledgeable. Maybe you know a lot about a lot of different things, or you're quite multifaceted or multi-talented in some way. But oh god, they definitely feel like you stand out. They could also view you as someone who's quite beautiful, maybe the way you dress as well. Oh God. They feel like you're just different. Like there's something about you that's just very different, maybe unconventional in a way. But they do view you as someone who's quite generous, very open-minded perhaps. It's like you guys could be people who embrace originality or embrace the unusual, you know? So it's like if you could get any puppy, you're gonna get the puppy with three legs, you know? So for some of you, um, maybe for some of you, they could view you as quite humanitarian or just maybe nice with animals, or they feel like you love animals. Um, but yeah, they view you as someone who's quite a rebel. Um, I keep hearing, okay, I've been hearing this throughout your whole reading, but I just didn't feel to say it. But I keep hearing they feel like you're quite distinguished, but it keeps coming out in like a weird, high-pitched voice, like like a little bit sarcastic. You know, I'm not saying they're saying it in a sarcastic way, but it just sounds really weird anyway. But yeah, so yeah, they could feel like you're quite rebellious, and that you kind of just do your own thing and you know, create your own path if you have to. Nice. Nice. I like that. Okay, so we have here dog. It says be your own best friend. And we also have here money. Discover the source of your true power. Okay. Do you know what? Their friends actually view you as someone who's loyal to yourself. Like they feel like you're very loyal to yourself. Maybe you look after yourself. Maybe you're big on self-care. Maybe you just take real good care of yourself. Maybe your appearance and, you know, I want to say hygiene as well. Maybe you take, you know, very good care of yourself in that way, whatever that means to you. Um, they could also view you as someone who loves to discover maybe places, people, things. But yeah, so we have here wellness, and it says the recovery of health and wellness is here. Okay, the recovery of health and wellness is here. Okay, that makes sense. And it says here, be gentle with yourself. You have been through a lot and need time to heal and recover. So they could also view you as maybe recovering. This could be health wise. Maybe they view you as taking better care of yourself. But overall, they view you as kind of having this gentle approach to your life, maybe to your problems, even. Maybe you're quite gentle with yourself. Um, for some of you, they do. For some of you specifically, they may feel like you need to like focus more on your health, and maybe, you know, be a little bit nicer to yourself, love yourself a bit more. So we also have here happy life, live a less guarded life. And we also have here speak out, communicate, and solve the conflicts. So speak out to resolve the conflict. So for some of you, they maybe feel like you're becoming more outspoken, or maybe you're all about that conflict resolution, temperance at the bottom as well. So for some of you, yeah, maybe you can be, I don't know if the word, what would the right word be? I don't know, maybe argumentative sometimes, but maybe that's just how it, you know, is perceived, but you're just really maybe trying to like solve conflicts. um but yeah, they feel like you're becoming more outspoken. Nice. For some of you, they can maybe feel like you're becoming less guarded. They could feel like you have quite a happy life as well. Don't know why, but I feel like pulling another card one moment. So they could feel like you're someone who has a lot of potential. Maybe you have a lot of great ideas as well. Maybe quite generous. But yeah, that's all I have for you though, group 3. I hope this could resonate or make sense for you. But I'm wishing you all the absolute best in your journeys, all right? So take care of yourselves. Bye.